with Master Chef Warren L. Booker Jr.
Let's see.
Hello, people. This is Warren L. Booker Jr. Thank you so much. We have reached 100 subscribers. Actually, as of today, it's 149. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's keep it going. All right, good day, people. It is your boy, Master Chef Warren L. Booker Jr. I thank each of you for tuning in right now in this moment. See, y'all already showing us love. I love it. I want you to share this video on your pages because I have some very special royal guests here with me tonight from my alma mater. So I am so excited about that. And the last thing I just played, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're now at 156 and we're stuck right there, people. My goal is 4,000 for right now. So that's a long way to go, but I believe that it can be done. If you love me, support me. So again, I am so excited and I can't wait to share with you our feature menu items for today. Without further ado, people, I'm going to bring on my sous chefs. They are very special, near and dear to my heart, and it was just by happenstance or just being present, rather, is how we met. So I'm excited about that. So my first sous chef is the royal, the one, the only Mr. UAPB. Please welcome him to the potluck table. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, Warren. What about you?
I'm great. Never been better. And now that I have a king among me, I'm so excited. So, as I mentioned, I have Mr. UAPB with me, and that's actually something new. I'm a 2003 and 2006 graduate of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and I don't think we had that at the time. So, if you would please first introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then kind of explain Mr. UAPB's roles to us.
Yes, sir. So, first and foremost, my name is Kevin Crumpton Jr., and as Warren stated, I have the pleasure and opportunity, even though it's almost over, I have the opportunity to serve as the 7th Mr. University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. My major at the university is chemistry with the pre-med focus. Once I graduate in May, I have plans to attend medical school. Um, I actually got accepted into a program at UAMS on last week, so I'm thankful for that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And yeah, that's really, well, I'm from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, born and raised. Yes, sir. Been here all my life. So I love the Pine Bluff community. I've always had a big love for the university. And that pretty much is what led me into running for Mr. UAPB. My freshman year, Mr. UAPB, I think Mr. UAPB came my freshman year. Well, actually being able to be elected by students, it started my freshman year. So since that came about, I had the opportunity to serve as Mr. Freshman. I was the first Mr. Freshman at the university, and so I really didn't know anything about Mr. UAPB or the Mr. and Miss organization, I'll say as a whole. But my experience as Mr. Freshman is what I believe led me to becoming Mr. UAPB. And pretty much what we do, or what I do as Mr. UAPB, is I try to make a connection between administration and students by hosting and having different events that will allow different demographics of students to come together and to just be a part of the university. We have a lot of different students that come to the university, but a lot of those students try to stay in their dorms. So my job is to try to push those students outside of their dorms and to just be able to talk to all of the different students at the university.
Okay, great. Building a sense of community, and it's just ironic that that's actually some of the dialogue, or that's the appetizer that we'll have. Now, I have another sous chef backstage. I see this person twice, but I don't see a picture. So I'm gonna try to bring him to the stage. If not, we're gonna go backstage real quick. Okay,
All
okay.
right.
There he goes. All righty. Our second sous chef, Mr. Senior. Is that correct? How are you doing, sir? Please introduce yourselves to the potluckers.
Okay, well, my name is Isaac Singleton. I'm a senior at the university. I major in mass communications, and I serve as Mr. Senior for the school year.
Okay, and do you have a platform or a mission or?
Okay, so my platform for this school year this is Impact the Golden Experience, and Impact was an acronym for implementing new ways to motivate the pride by using the power we possess to advocate for change together.
Okay.
That was my platform.
All right. I like that. And of course, there happen to be African American kings among us, and I really like that because we are kings and we are leaders, and it's up to us to make change. Now,
Yes, sir.
that's right. That's right. Sometimes when I go to Applebee's, I'm a little selfish. When I go to Cheddar's, let you know I'm low budget. I said Applebee's. And sometimes when I go to Cheddar's, I'm not going to share those crescent rolls that they bring out. But today, because I'm among kings, I'm at the table with kings from the University of Arkansas table. I'm going to share my appetizer today. And here it is on the screen right now. It states the greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Again, the greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. And that is by none other than the Honorable Coretta Scott King, who is also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And I'm just curious, is there any Greek affiliation among us today?
Yes, sir. I'm a member of the Gamma Sigma chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, Spring 20.
Okay. And how about you, Mr. Singleton?
I'm also a member of the Gamma Sigma chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, Fall 21.
Okay. And I'm also a member of the Gangsta Beta Theta chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated on the campus of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and I'm a fall 2000 this year. So we got the red and blue mix, and that's all right because we're all brothers. Because
Yes,
we were
sir.
all kings
Sir.
first. So I have a few friends that are Kappa. So I fool with y'all. All right. So with that being said, I've shared the appetizer. I kind of got off on that, but it's talking about a sense of community and the actions of those people in those communities. And what we're doing and what we're going to introduce you tonight will be thinking about the community and the things that the community needs. And with that being said, I'm going to bring up an overlay of the poster of one of my films entitled I Pressed On, which this film documents my journey for about a 3-month journey battling with depression. So I was fortunate to work on a project with another one of my kings, another one of my brothers, Mr. Dedrick Jones, on a project. And who did I run to? Mr. University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. And I'm like, little old me at the table with royalty,
No, sir.
I know you said you prepared a table, but I didn't think you prepared that kind of table. Little old me, a little country boy from Packing Town, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. But he did just that. Now, Mr. Crumpton, if I'm not mistaken, you were also a drum major?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I was a
And
drum
what
major
school?
at Pine Bluff High School.
Okay. And Mr. Booker, were you a drum
And
major?
Mr. Singleton was too. Both of
Really?
us. Yes,
Oh,
both of us.
Don't make me take off the chef jacket because he was holding 90 the longest.
Look, Isaac,
Really?
I promise you, Warren would
Yes.
bust back bend within a heartbeat. You probably remember him. I promise you.
Ooh, I don't know if I can do it anymore.
Wow. So, Isaac, where were you a drum major at?
The same school, Pine Bluff High School.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay. I think they took all the pictures down, but I used to be hanging up on the wall smiling. Wow, I did not know that. So that's a connection that we have. And I want to give a shout out to some of our guests. My good friend Moya, who is a faithful supporter, is here. My sister is watching. My cousin Nashir is here with us. Rhonda Fluke dog from UAPB. One of my church members, Miss Jerry and Brian Anderson, have joined us at the potluck table. And people, like we always say, at the potluck table is soon to be internationally known webcast. However, we eat whatever you bring. However, if it's nasty, we're gonna tell you, and we don't put no potato salad. We don't put no raisins in our potato salad. So that's real here at the potluck table. So if you have comments, guests, please, or questions, I see several congratulations out here for you all.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
there. Moya's congratulations. My cousin, she's hip, so she said dope. Rhonda Fluka said, hello, how you been? I've been good, Rhonda Fluka. Now on the yard, Rhonda Fluka was Fluke Dog, and she stayed in front of the union, and she also went to class.
Fluke Dog.
Okay.
She was definitely drunk. Moya said, hey, PSC representative, I'm just gonna put it out there. Hey, we love Philander Smith College as well. And actually, Moya Lee Jackson, she was actually Miss Philander Smith College in like 1900. Am I right, Moya? 1900? I'm joking. No, but yeah, she was actually Miss PSC back in the day. It wasn't that long. We're about the same age, I believe. So we shared the advertising. We talked about the sense of community and the actions that we do because a lot of people talk about stuff, but they
Hmm.
don't do things. So I'm glad to know that you all are those people that are actually doing things. Moya stated, "I tried it, and I
You
did. I'm
tried
always trying it."
it.
Yeah.
And she stated that she was Miss Philander Smith College 2005 to 2006. So that is great. So
Wow.
we have more
I was 5
royalty.
years old.
Yeah, make her feel
I'm
bad.
sorry.
Make her feel bad. Make her feel bad. Yeah. So now I'm going to move on to my book of kebab, and these are just what I'm thinking, what comes to my mind while I'm preparing for the show. The book of kebab for today is open your mouth, talk to people, produce quality, and soar with the eagles. When opportunity
Mhm.
knocks, there's no time for trying, just doing. Again, open your mouth, talk to people, produce quality, and soar with the eagles. When opportunity knocks, there is no time for trying, just doing. And that's the book of kebab for today. So
Mm.
to break that down a little further, some people are afraid to talk to people, or they have
Definitely.
gifts, and they're like, "Oh Lord, that's Mr. USPB, I can't talk to him," or
Hmm.
"Oh, that's Mr. Senior, I can't talk to him," or "That's the President of the United States, I'm probably not proper enough," and they're afraid. Well, first of all, God has not given you the spirit of fear.
Right.
Church, I'm preaching better than y'all saying amen. Give me some hearts or something, amen. Again, I said God has not given you the spirit of fear.
Amen.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Amen.
church now. I'm preaching better than y'all saying amen. I'll give my own self some hearts and some likes. And secondly, fear is false evidence appearing real. And you
Mhm.
can't let that stop you. Had I never
Right.
said anything to you, Mr. Crumpton, we would not be sitting here right now. We
Right.
would not have
Right.
the opportunity that's happening next week. So again, open up your mouth. You open it for everything else, and you can take that how you want.
Right.
Talk to people. Talk to the
Hmm.
right people. Not talk about people, but talk to people. And that's how you
Right.
network. Produce quality. That's a big one. Some people have the ego of a person to have that stuff together or things that are quality, but what they produce is a bunch of mess. So make
Right.
sure you produce quality. And then secondly, soar with the eagles. That song, Lord, lift us up where we belong. Yeah, that's where I want to be. I want to soar
Right. Me too.
with the eagles. That's
Yeah,
right.
well.
That's right. That's where y'all are. And when opportunity knocks, y'all, it ain't no time of saying, "Oh, let me go try to get this resume together. Oh, let me go try to do." No, when opportunity
Exactly.
knocks, there's no time for trying. You should have been trying in the preparing.
Hmm.
It's time for doing. So make sure that you're ready when opportunity knocks and do it. It's simple as that.
You
So with all of
cooking. You
that,
cooking.
oh, they're giving us the hearts. Oh, that make me feel good. I feel like dancing now. If I could shout, I'll do a holy dance. But yeah, I'm still a little worldly, you know. All righty, that's right. Just do it, boy. Just do it. No time for trying. I may make that a Facebook post after this.
Yeah, no time for trying. I like that.
Thank you. I'll make sure I share it on this live, and then I'll make it a Facebook post. So with that being said, I'm going to share our featured menu item today, which is loyal. And as I already told you, I have King sitting at the table with me. Royal. Hold up. Loyal. Take that back. Take that back. No, actually, I can reverse it. Royal. I have my kings with me. Loyal, because in
Hmm.
order to deal with people, I know you said you going into the dorms and you doing this, working with people can be something else. People are
Hmm.
something. And I'm
Definitely.
quite sure that you spent a lot of late nights. I know even in our preparation, there was sometimes we were talking at 12 in the morning trying to prepare. So I know that you have to be loyal to the cause. And last,
Yes.
golden. We sit at this table all graduates of the prestigious No Excuse University, flagship of the Delta, part of the
Yes,
Pride.
sir.
The other stuff that was when I was there, and y'all are now part of the Pride. University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and I'm a proud alumni. I feel I am prepared. I still think it's a No Excuse University. I have been
Hmm.
prepared to sit at the table with people from Morehouse, Spelman, any Ivy League
Right.
college. And guess what? If I'm not more advanced, I'm just as advanced. So
Hmm.
I love my university. And I'm quite sure you gentlemen love the university as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So we're gonna dive right in. Again, like I stated, our feature menu item today is royal, loyal, and golden. And again, I explained the golden part because we are all members of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. So with that being said, I'm going to show the trailer to the film that we will premiere next week. And Mr.
Okay.
Quentin, prepare yourself. You'll share more information about that after we review the trailer, and we'll let the people
Right.
know how they can support, so on and so forth. So here's the trailer, and then we'll be right back.
Lord, Lord, I need you.
All right, there you have it, people. I press on, and I hadn't watched it in a while. I'm like, I don't want to go there emotionally because one thing that's different about this film, I'm an actor for those that don't know, and
Mm-hmm.
filmmaker, and in that I had to reenact those moments, but those were real moments that I actually lived. So
Mm.
kind of like there's a lot of prayer that goes on. So when I'm delving into those dark places, that I make sure that I don't allow myself to go back there. So that's one difference in creating a film that's your true story.
Right.
So Kevin, so we met, networked, and I shared the film with you, the trailer and the film with you. So then we decided to collaborate. So what was it about the film, or that triggered that something in you to say, "Hey, this is something that the university students may need"?
Right. So first off, I just want to tell you, Warren, that the film and the trailer was simply amazing. To me, it spoke to me as a college student, and honestly, what allowed me to create that space with between me and you is that I know that a lot of other college students are dealing with some of those same things.
Hmm.
And this year, I know that the campus hasn't really touched on mental health. And so I knew that it would be something that would bring students to the student union to actually converse about the different problems that students are facing on campus, and even myself. And so just to see the realness that you provided for me, I know that it will bring a lot of realness for a lot of other students as well, because like I say, students deal with so many different things on campus, and they don't have anybody to express those things to. So the film created a safe space for me, and I know that it's going to create a safe space for all of the others that will be viewing on next week. And so that's really what connected me to you and to the film, is that it was so real, and it was I could tell that it was from a real space.
Hmm.
It was something that you had to have experience, because you can't just get up and do that stuff and just fake it.
Yeah,
Some things you actually have to go through in order to be able to share with others, and to be able to be strong enough to even create a film for others to watch, especially with something that you've experienced. So I felt the realness in the video, in the film, and I know that students are going to feel that same realness that I felt.
great, great, great. Mr. Singleton, do you have anything to add to that?
Oh yeah, so the video was very touching to me. I know a lot of, like you said, a lot of people go through, not just people but students in college go through a lot every
Hmm.
day. Depression and anxiety is real. Coming from me dealing with it myself, so
Hmm.
I can definitely touch and agree with the video and the production. And I commend you for that because it's rarely that someone speaks out about it in our community, especially people of color, and then people our age going through stuff like that. I definitely.
Thank you, thank you. We
Right.
have Jay Hartman the second who says, "Yes, Kevin and Isaac. He's also my fraternity brother and
Yeah.
churchman." Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah.
what's up, Jay?
What's up, Jay?
Right, all right. See, that's where YPB we support one another. And
Right.
you guys mentioned, I guess, the realness. And for me, I felt as if when I produced this film and actually shared it that night, I feel like I was standing outside with no clothes on.
Mm.
Because I wasn't gonna, because I was being raw. I'm the person, the life of
Mm-hmm.
the party that smiles, is always
Yeah.
happy, able to give people energy. Yeah, when you met me, Kevin, I was the director of energy for a video shoot. And in that
Wow.
moment, that person, I didn't know that person. And to share this, uh, it was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot. And it deals with depression, anxiety, suicide. I
Right.
don't want to tell you too much, but
Mm-hmm.
it mentions a lot of issues. And you guys mentioned how there's not a lot of, I guess, nurturing or attention that's given to that, but college students definitely do face depression.
Right.
I was like, I think I'm depressed. I just been laying in bed 2 days without taking a shower. I think I may be depressed. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure. Or when I'm going to work, I'm having to like pray and I'm breathing hard and it's hard for me to get out. But I don't think I had an anxiety attack. I don't think I have that. You know,
Right.
I don't really want to live no more, but I don't think I'm suicidal.
Mm.
I'm not sure, you know. And people, I don't know certain things that we know. We always say we think. Because I'm be honest, I drink from time to time, and sometimes I be like, I think I'm drunk, knowing I'm drunk. People eyes all the way closed, but they think they may be drunk. Or they like, I think I'm in love. Yeah, you in love. That's all you do is talk about him or her every day, all day. I
Right.
love you. I love you. Every time you talk about boo, babe, you in love. Accept it.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't know why we as humans we have a hard time accepting our true and
Mm-hmm.
genuine feelings, and it could be because of society, especially
Right.
as men.
Mm-hmm.
They expect us not to
Most
feel. We don't
definitely.
have feelings. We don't wear
Right.
them.
Pride.
Yeah, pride. That's another one. That's another
Mm-hmm.
one. So you have to put those things away. And you guys mentioned it being on the college campus, and I'm thinking like with depression. I mean, I'm just thinking about that student who comes, we'll just say, from Chicago or from
Mm-hmm.
Haiti, because we have international students as well, and it's
Right.
Thanksgiving and they can't go home.
Exactly.
You know,
And
I'm
nobody's on campus, so they have to
yeah.
stay at campus by the right.
So I'm
Yep.
thinking that that may, be a time where students get depressed. Not to mention that they're also failing college algebra too,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
there's a threat they may lose that scholarship. So
Right.
what do you do? And some people I've learned have no support,
Mm-hmm.
so that brings me to like the next thing, like suicide. Some people have suicidal thoughts, ideation, so on and so forth. And some people actually go ahead and commit it.
Right.
I had the opportunity this week. It was a Facebook video sent to me by my best friend. And I clicked on it. I'm like, what is this? And I'm thinking, okay, I see a person standing on the bridge. So God is going to intervene. Somebody's going to come up and talk to him. They're going to talk him off the bridge and he's going to be saved.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what happened.
Mm.
There were people recording and people like, why are they recording? They should have been calling 911. Well, that's maybe true, but then
Right.
911 is going to take some time to get there as well. So everybody have their opinions about that. And there was another car that was there. There's another guy, I'm sure, trying to talk. But that guy's mind was made up. In that
Right.
moment, I felt like that was the best thing. He lifted his fist up, and you would have thought he was diving into a pool and jumped
Mm.
off the bridge in Memphis. At least that's what the video said, that it was in Memphis. And mental health is something that we don't talk about. Mr. Singleton, why do you think that mental health is something that I guess we as a community just don't talk about?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? Your signal is bad. It's here.
Okay, I was asking, why do you think mental health is kind of like taboo or something that people just don't talk about?
Wow. So mental health is it's scary for some people. I would say, you
Mhm.
know, you never know what emotions may come from talking about that conversation just with talking to one person or just talking to your family. And oftentimes, I know, well, I can speak for myself. It's difficult. Thinking about, okay, how do tell my family this or tell somebody this without me getting me hurting them. And most of the time, you just don't think about yourself and how your mental health is. You think about everybody else. Or sometimes it could be the other way around versus, okay, well, you think about only yourself and not thinking how this could affect everybody else, your mental health. So that's why I think that mental health is kind of could be sometimes taboo. Like, and even other instances, like mental health could, it's something very hard to deal with. Me personally, I take my time out. Like when I know that I'm having anxiety or I'm feeling down, I'm feeling low, I take my time and I journal. I've
Uh,
noticed that helps me out a lot. Like when I'm frustrated, when I feel like I ain't got nowhere else, I can't breathe, I just take a deep breath and I just get to writing. No matter what it is, what my thoughts are, I just write. So
so you
that's
found
how
an outlet. You found an
Right.
outlet to release those feelings, those emotions.
Mhm.
How about you, Mr. Crumpton? I mean, do you have something that you do if you're feeling those feelings?
My thing is singing. So I enjoy singing. Um, and that's normally my outlet. If I'm having a bad day, I sing. If I'm having a good day, I sing. So that's my outlet. But I think honestly, Warren, well, I'll speak for the African American community. I think why we don't speak out about our mental health issues is because we weren't necessarily taught to do that. In the past, with us being enslaved and things like that, we just weren't taught to do those things. We had to just talk to each other. And sometimes your brother or your sister or your mom or your dad, grandpa, they can't give you the answers that you need, because we all come from the same root. And so I think that's one of the big reasons why we don't really speak out on the problems that we face, not just problems that we face and issues that we have with people, but what's going on in here.
Hmm.
We weren't taught to think about those, to talk about those things.
I could agree with that because we have a history of trauma.
Hmm.
It's continuous trauma. And real quick,
Right.
while I'm thinking about that, things are not fair for us, but it's my understanding that um, Ketanji Brown, and I know I put some respect on her name.
Hmm.
She's a Supreme Court justice now. So Supreme Court
Right.
Justice Ketanji Brown, congratulations. I want to start right there and give you your kudos for that. It took us to
Yes.
the
Yes.
ringer,
Yes.
but God. So I'm so happy about that. And one other thing, as you guys were talking about mental health and why people pretty much don't want to talk about it, people often ask, "What's wrong with you?" Even if they
Hmm.
find out that you're going to therapy, what's wrong with you? And my reply is always, what's right with me? Because I realize that there's a problem and I'm going to go
Hmm.
get help. Just like if I cut
Right.
my thumb, I would go to the doctor and get stitches or something like that. So if there's some things that are not going on right mentally, then I
Hmm.
need to be asking what's right with me because I'm
Right.
getting the help that I need. And the word wrong, nobody wants anything to be wrong with them.
Hmm.
Like even if I go to the doctor and get a diagnosis, it weighs heavy because I'm like something's wrong. Not saying I think I'm
Wrong.
perfect, but
Right.
we don't want anything wrong with us. So be careful of how you phrase things. Also, we in the black community, just
Hmm.
pray, just pray, just.
Exactly.
But and I believe in the power of prayer, but
Right.
even faith. But faith without works is what?
Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not working trying to get things better, then you're just doing a lip service.
Hmm.
And to be truthful, I was going through my depression journey. I was like, I pray. I'm tired of praying. That's where I was.
Hmm.
I'm not really talking about no pray. I just want to feel different. I want these things to change. I want this feeling to lift up off me.
Right.
I have prayed. I've even got frustrated. And you'll
Hmm.
see some of that in the film, as I was going to church. So don't just pray about it. Put some action to that praying.
Yeah.
Right.
God is teaching you something during that journey, and you
Hmm.
have to be with them to learn it. So some stuff you have to go through. I realize now I just have to go through that so I can
Hmm.
get where I am. And since that point, I'm busy. I don't know what, but God has allowed me to share this message with people over and
Yeah.
over and over, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And for that, I am very thankful for that. So we don't want to tell too much about the film. So,
Right.
Mr. Compton, I want you to kind of share with the audience what they can expect on next week. Who is the invitation extended to, so on and so forth.
Okay. So on next week, next Thursday to be exact, um, me and Warren will be hosting the Overload. That's the name that we came up with, the Overload Experience. It'll be April 14th at 6 o'clock p.m. at the L.A. Davis Senior Student Union on the campus of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. We'll have mental health specialists there, and some of the mental health specialists that will be there are Mrs. Joyce Bracy Vaughn. She was the former mental health specialist on campus at UAPB. We'll have Trustee Broughton. He was invited. Trustee Broughton. Who else? We have 3 other people. We'll have 2 students. Dr. Tamara Pace Glover. She's over the social work program at the university. She'll be there. And there's one more person I'm forgetting.
Well,
I can't remember who it is.
It's Jesus. He'll be there. He'll be in
Jesus will be there.
He'll be there.
Jesus
We always welcome him in.
Right.
Yes.
You in this place.
And then Warren will be providing his I Pressed On silent film. So it's going to be a good event. I think there'll be students that will come out that, you know, they won't know what to expect, but they'll be able to ask the panelists different questions, and then they'll be able to, of course, watch the film, and hopefully the film will touch them like it touched me.
Okay. And I will put a disclaimer out there. We will have some mental health professionals there. However, we will not be providing mental health counseling. Now, there may be some referral sources that can take place after that. So I kind of want to be clear with that, because when I've done this before and had mental health professionals, they wanted me to make sure that was clear, that you're not going to come there. We're not going to therapize you.
Right.
I don't know if that's a word, but we will have solutions.
It's all right.
Okay. And resources to you. And I am so excited. It's always good to come back home. Not only am I a UAPB graduate, 2-time Lion, 2003 and 2006 from the Addiction Studies program, Addiction Studies. I'm also from Pine Bluff. So anytime you can go back home and home welcomes you, that's a great thing. Because sometimes people say your people don't support you, but that has not been my experience, and I'm so excited about that. So I also give a challenge to other alumni. You guys have may not be a film, but you have other services that the students can benefit from. So offer those services to your university, to your school, to other schools, any HBCU or whatever in your area that you may be in. And yes, Moya, this is an awesome opportunity.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I challenge you. Pay your dues. I'm speaking to myself. But even if you're not doing that, what are you doing besides showing up for homecoming and criticizing what's not going on? What are you doing? Give back to your university in the way that you can. And again, I am so honored for that opportunity. I look forward to next week, and I'm just honored and elated to be invited. So, Kevin, I want to thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the opportunity. And Chancellor, I almost said Chancellor Davis, Chancellor Thunder, and anybody else. Miss Joyce Bracy Vaughn, she's a roar lion.
You know what's crazy is that I saw her today. I saw her today, and she bought me a sandwich from Thomas Grocery. I'm sure you know about Thomas Grocery.
Yes, sandwich from Miss.
Yes, she bought me a sandwich today.
Okay, so she's still doing good among the people. That sense of
right.
Like I tell people at the university, man. One saying we used to say, it was an education with a personal touch. Man, I mean, it was a personal touch. It was like I go to certain buildings. It was like talking to my grandmother or my aunt.
Right.
Professors, I don't know if they were supposed to do it. We would go to homes or whatever. They would feed us, and it was truly education with a personal touch. Debbie Burrow, she always had us in the community doing something for somebody. She helped me find 70-year-old friends, working with the gerontology department. So I definitely enjoyed my experience at the university. With that being said, mama's, daddies, your kids, UAPB, forget all that stuff we're talking about. You going out of town, getting a whole bunch of debt, and then guess what? You get right back up UAPB where you should have ended up anyway. So don't make a second. Choose the best. Why are you going over to those?
Right.
So
exactly.
Yeah, go ahead and come to the university. Summer Rain, which is my best friend, she said, "Hello, Mr. Crumpton."
Hey, Summer, how you doing?
All right. And Moya said she would love for UAPB and PSC to collaborate. So that's something we can look forward to in the future. I know Mr. Crumpton is ready to graduate, but still, I'm sure he's going to be really active still. So maybe that's something
Right.
that you could work out. And Moya, hey,
Yes, sir.
Y1 Entertainment is willing to serve anybody. We can hook up and make this thing happen.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
Actually, sir, that's all that I have. There's nothing else on my menu. Did I miss something or that you maybe would like to share, Kevin or Isaac?
No, sir. I think you covered everything. We had a really good discussion, and like I say, I'm grateful for this opportunity. Not only, of course, you said that you were grateful to me, but I'm grateful to you, Warren. It's going both ways, and I really do appreciate you for creating this safe space for not only me, but for Isaac as well, and for just you, the university as a whole.
Great,
Yes.
great, great. Okay, Summer said, Isaac, I haven't seen you in a month of sun.
Yeah, I haven't been to Palm Pie in a minute.
Okay, I have to. I think I know you, Isaac. I got to know some of your people because I'm from Pine Bluff, but we'll figure that out. We ain't gonna do that right here. But we're gonna go ahead and bring this thing to a close. But again, before we go, Kevin, please share with our audience, our potluckers, what they can expect next week, the location and the time, etc. And then we will uh, finish eating.
Yes, sir. So the date for the mental health forum will be April 14th at 6 o'clock p.m. Once again, that's April 14th at 6 o'clock p.m. It will be in the L.A. Davis Senior Student Union at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. We'll have mental health specialists come out and share information with students, answer questions for students. And then we'll have the showing of the I Pressed On short silent film created by Warren Booker Jr. And you don't want to miss it.
All righty. So with that being said, people, that's all that we have for you today at the potluck table. Remember that whatever you bring to the potluck table, we will eat it. If it's nasty, we are going to tell you that. And remember, we don't put raisins in our potato salad. So with that being said, have a great night. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you guys next Thursday at the prestigious University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. I'm so comfortable. Arkansas. I felt myself stretching it out. But I can't talk better than that because they did teach us that. They taught us how to host the university as well. But I'm among
Yes.
things, I'm among my people, so I can be comfortable. I am so honored to be here with the Mr. University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, Kevin Crumpton, and Mr. Senior Isaac Singleton. And on top of that, we are all former drum majors, and we still
Yes.
march. We still
Yes,
hard hit,
sir.
still marching.
Sir.
We experience a little anxiety, but we still marching. Maybe a little
Right,
stress from time to time, but we still marching.
right, right.
Yes. Keep going.
That's right. We have to keep on and we have to do what? We have to press on. So with that said, people, thanks for tuning in. Please like, tag, and share this video. UAPB students, come out, support, and until next Thursday, we're out. Thank you all so much for joining us. I'm Warren L. Booker Jr., Master Chef, and we have Kevin Crumpton and Isaac Singleton here today with us as our sous chefs. Be blessed and have a great